this is insane. What the hell are we doing? I mean, we've got a lot of problems in America today, and invading, occupying, running Venezuela does not solve any of them.
I'm outraged that nobody in Congress was briefed.
This was an illegal, unconstitutional regime change effort that had no authorization from Congress.
House Democrats are holding an emergency meeting today, many of them furious over the strikes in Venezuela to capture Maduro. This is new video obtained by Fox News showing Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro in U.S. custody last night. It comes as President Trump plans to update the House GOP this Tuesday on Capitol Hill. So what do House members hope to hear from the president? Florida Congressman Byron Donalds joins us now. Great to see you this morning. So it is really remarkable, Congressman, to listen to all of these Democrats who are coming out of the woodwork, who are suddenly all about domestic prosperity and America first.
No, they're not. They're just about opposing Trump. That's what they're about. I really don't care what the Democrats have to say on this. If you have the socialist wing of the Democrat Party who's only interested in trying to protect a narco-socialist in Nicolas Maduro, then that demonstrates the depth of their insanity when it comes not only to America's security, but American political cohesion. Look, if you don't want to disagree with Donald Trump, that's your business on the Democratic left. But to basically back up a narco-terrorist who was either a poisoning or killing the American people with drug interdictions into the United States, somebody who clearly was using Venezuela as a tipping point for his own cartel, somebody who's been in bed with China and our other adversaries around the globe, and that socialist regime that was continued by Maduro, started by Hugo Chavez, destroyed the country of Venezuela, where Venezuelan people were having to flee simply because there was no peace, there was no economic stability for them, there was no individual liberty for them. For the Democrats to be worried about this is ridiculous. Last thing people need to understand, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris put a $25 million bounty on Nicolas Maduro on their way out the door. So what are they complaining about? Right. I don't understand it. I don't really care. Neither do the American people, and neither do the people of Venezuela.
Well, you know, I'm always open to arguments about Congress needing to be kept in the loop when it comes to a president, the executive branch, taking action. I do understand some of those arguments. But it's also, I also understand the president's argument here, which is that, you know, he had 20,000 servicemen and women who were in on this plan. And of course, it got delayed for several days and none of it leaked. Had he gone to Congress and told just 535 people about, or even a smaller number of members of Congress, key members of Congress, about this plan, what do you think would have happened?
I think it would have had a leak. That's what I think would have happened. But let's be very clear. You know, a lot of these rank and file members who were saying, oh, we weren't notified. The truth is it might be the four corners. That's the leadership in both chambers. They might probably have been notified. Maybe the Intelligence Committee members would have been notified. The rank and file members of Congress would not. So you have a lot of Democrats out there who are just crying over spilled milk because they weren't brought into a major session and told. That's not how you run these operations. You simply cannot do that. It puts the lives of our men and women in uniform in harm's way. So I commend the president and his team for now. This is the second time where they've done a major military operation with no leaks. That is something that is not typical of Washington, D.C. I'm glad the president decided to close ranks on this thing until it was done. Congress is going to be totally briefed. The briefings are being set up as we speak. The members are going to have their opportunity to hear all the details, but you can't run specific military operations with 535 generals on Capitol Hill. Right. It just simply doesn't work. The president did the right thing.
When President Trump comes to speak to members of Congress about this, what are some of the questions that you're most concerned about this going forward?
Well, I mean, right now, the big question is going to be the transition in Venezuela. But again, the president has demonstrated now an adept ability to handle these foreign policy questions and the next domino that's going to fall. I think that's going to be a major question for a lot of people. But the primary objective has already been accomplished. Nicolas Maduro was using Venezuela for his own narco-terrorist state while also allowing socialist policies to continue in that country, which destroyed destroyed it. This is a great thing for the United States. It's a great thing for the people of Venezuela, not only in Florida, but all through the United States. And it's a reassertion of the Monroe Doctrine. And if, for those who are not aware, they should go Google it. The Monroe Doctrine has been critical to United States foreign policy in the past. It needs to be reasserted again today. So that way we have a healthy hemisphere without the influence of China and Russia that protects the United States. It protects its people, and it allows for these countries in Central and South America to actually flourish on their own. That's a big win for us. It's a big win for our hemisphere.
The Monroe Doctrine. Byron Donalds, Congressman, thank you so much.